Hey guys, Fred Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum in Liberty, Kentucky. Go to fredmccoy.com for all the information. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
This is going to be another video, and it's going to be out of Tom Dotson's book. Mr. Dotson states, apart from those 4 incidents, and is either a part of the larger conflict involving the Pikeville elite. Introduction, page 1. Now, he names 4 incidents, and he says, if my memory's correct, he's talking about there was no feud, and there was only 4 incidents that caused the hostilities between them.
Really?
And our response, Tom says there was just 4 incidents to the conflict. Let's review these 4 incidents. Number 1, Asa Harmon McCoy is murdered. Number 2, Palmer McCoy, Tolbert McCoy, Randall McCoy Jr., an innocent 15-year-old boy. They're all 3 tied to trees and murdered. Number 3, Jeff McCoy is murdered while he's swimming across the Tug River from West Virginia to Kentucky. And number 4, McCoy home place is burned to the ground. Calvin McCoy's murdered. Alifair McCoy's murdered. Sarah McCoy is brutally beaten and left for dead.
That's sad.
There was much more to the feud than just 4 things. However, for the sake of an argument, let's just agree with Mr. Dotson's analogy. These 4 incidents Mr. Dotson refers to involve the deaths of 7 members of Randall's family, 5 of them his own children. We think most people reading this wouldn't think twice about starting a so-called feud over the murder of only one of their family members. What in the world is the Pikeville elite? Now he wants to blame some make-up group in Pikeville because devil ants killed most or at least half of Randall's children. Guys, I'm not going to go into the whole thing that I've got there. I'm just not going to do it. He says there was 4 events. There was only 4 events. What's the big deal? Why would anybody fighting? Why would Randall carry on all the time? It wasn't Randall. It was the Pikeville elite. It was people. He wants to go along with Altina Waller on this social and economic thing where the Pikeville people was wanting people's land and to do different things. Had nothing to do with no Pikeville elite. They were spoken in the history in that book. 4 events, and in those 4 events, Asa Harmon McCoy is killed. Randall's brother. The 3 McCoy boys are tied to trees and killed, murdered, assassinated. Jeff McCoy is swimming across the river from West Virginia back to Kentucky for safety, and he's shot either by Cap Hatfield, Tom Wallace, Jim Vance, or all 3. Either way, at the end of the day, he was dead. And then the final straw, the cabin is set on fire. Let's kill them all. Calvin's shot. Alifair's shot and killed. Sally, as the Hatfields called her, was beaten half to death and left for dead. But only 4 incidents. I don't know. I don't think I have to explain this a lot to you. I don't think I have to really go into it. Imagine somebody killing one of your family members. Just pick out one of your family member. Your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, nephews. Pick out one, and how would you react? Somebody went out and tied one of your family members to a tree, stripped them down naked, shot them dead. Somebody fought in a war, come home, was hiding in a cave to keep from having a conflict with anybody. They were trying to stay out of the way, stay hidden. Don't want to see the Hatfields, don't want to see Devil Ants, don't want to see Jim Vance, don't want to see the West Virginia Hatfields, I should have said, because there's all kinds of good Kentucky Hatfields on Blackberry Creek where Asa was killed. He comes outside of his cave after his slave had brought him his breakfast. He comes out to take a leak. While he's standing there taking a leak, they unload on him. They kill him dead. Jeff McCoy swims across the river, gets to the other side, and shoots them dead. That was in the movie. It wasn't completely accurate, but we'll go with that.
Okay.
It gave you the substance of what happened. That was. And then the house is set on fire, and the children's running out the doors to keep from burning up, and they shoot and kill them like they were little clay pigeons at a county fair.
Wow, that's sad.
And then they take their rifle butt and their pistol grip, and they beat the old woman. But who cares? It's only 4 incidents. Only 4 incidents. How can anybody get that upset over that? Only 4 things that happened.
Yeah, it sounds plenty to me.
Huh?
Sounds like plenty of things to me. I mean, that's
It
horrible.
is plenty to anybody that, like I said, you can write a
I'm with
book about anything you want, and you can put anything in it, and you can put papers with it, and you can try to guide people in that direction. But and some people just wants to say they wrote a book. Some people just wants to say, I done this, and I graduated from here, and I done that, and I wrote a book, and you can do that. But you don't realize how you're confusing history. These people don't realize that when they write this stuff, there's actually people that reads some of these books.
Yeah, that believes it.
And it's actually easier to do the research, and instead of copying off of somebody else's book, I don't care if they got a PhD or a MED and a GHD and everything in the world, GED. I don't care what they got. I don't go by that with people. Look at people's common sense. Look at people for what they are. Education is not always the best thing. Sometimes you got to have a little common sense when you're looking at this stuff.
Yeah.
Who could ever write in a book and say, well, there was only 4 things that happened. It really wasn't that big a deal. Only 4 things happened. And people don't go and look at the 4 things. They just think, oh, okay, well, that's true. There's only 4.
But those were horrible things.
Those were horrible.
That's...
And that's what kept the feud going. That's what, after Devilance deserted, Asa Harmon was killed. The pig was stolen. You had Bill Staten and Sam McCoy. It just kept escalating from there. Not counting moonshine involvement.
Right.
The drunks, they alcohol involved. Terrible thing.
Yeah.
And it's been characterized wrong throughout the years. And we're going to go through, just like Altina Waller, we're going to go through several different pages of Mr. Dotson's book. And it's right there. It's he writes it in his book, and then you take it from there, and you can take it for what it is. Other than that, another segment of Keeping It Real. It's Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, fredmccoy.com, and
Hi again.
I saw you taking a video of my Marine
look at all
Corps.
that stuff.
That's my
I love
Marine
this
Corps
stuff.
days.
The brick
And,
down there. Yeah.
Some of them. That right there is the 8th Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Some of you don't even care about that, I'm sure. You're on here for Hatfield McCoy stuff. But there's a 17-year-old kid.
Here's your license plate there. I like that.
And,
the brick from where you were at
Yeah,
the building.
my daughter got me that years ago. Our daughter. I always say my daughter or my
They
son.
know what you're saying.
It's
They
our
understand
children,
that.
but
Yeah.
and that's off the 3rd Battalion there. Certificate of authenticity. That's where they sold these bricks. They tore the barracks down, and they sold the bricks. That's where we was in the Gator Bowl back in 1977 or 76, and. So anyway, that's just a few things. I don't even know how we got on that, but other than that, Sheila, you got something to say?
Yeah. Please like, subscribe, and share. Catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you all.